Hello everyone, and let's look at how to deal with non-uniformly accelerated motion if such a question is given to you in the examination, right. So, non-uniformly accelerated, that means acceleration is not uniform with respect to time. Moreover, the motion is slightly more complex here. It's not just in your x-axis or y-axis, it's a combination of x, y and z. That means the motion is in your normal three-dimensional space that you see, right. So, this is your x-axis, y-axis, z-axis. Once again, the concept of perpendicular directions are independent will still exist here. So, if I say that if I have r bar of t given, if this is given to me, everything is given to me. Remember, in kinematics, the biggest tip that I can give you is that all of your kinematics is about getting position with respect to time. If you have position with respect to time available with you, you have everything available with you. So, that means if I put in the value of time, I will exactly know what are the coordinates of the object. So, if an object is at 0, 0, 0 initially, right, or in fact in my case it's not 0, 0, 0, because if you put 0, 0, if you put t equal to 0, you'll have a 0, 0, comma minus 8, right. So, it will be something here, your object will be something here initially 0, comma 0, comma minus 8, right. And if you project it, I don't know how it's projected, how its path is, but I can always analyze it using that. If I ask you what is the velocity with respect to time, well, you have to differentiate this, vector with respect to time. And remember, the trick about differentiation here is this will be differentiated separately, this will be differentiated separately, and this separately. Why? Because perpendicular directions are independent, right. So, you'll differentiate this, you'll have a 60 square I cap, differentiate this, you'll have a 4 j cap, and this will be a 0. Why? Because there is no time term here, right. And if I ask you what is the velocity at some t is equals to 2 seconds, right, how will you get it? You just put velocity of 2 at t equal to 2, if you need, you will put t equal to 2 here, you will have a 6 into 4, 24 I cap plus 4 j cap. And if you need the magnitude of velocity at t equal to 2, you will take the magnitude of this vector, you will have a 576 plus 60 meter per second, that will be your velocity vector magnitude. If you need the acceleration, you will differentiate this again with respect to time, right. So, that will be basically nothing but d square r by dt square or dv by dt, right. So, again you will differentiate this separately, and this separately. In fact, you will differentiate this now. So, you will have a 12t I cap plus 0, right, because there's nothing else there, this is a constant. That means your acceleration is just a function of time, which is 12t. So, if I ask you what is the acceleration at t equal to 1 second, then a at t equal to 1 second is nothing but you will put t equal to 1 here, you will have a 12i meter per second square is nothing but your acceleration here. So, whenever you are to deal with non-uniformly accelerated motions, and if you have such a quantity given with you, you can always manipulate it to get all the other quantity, right. So, with this, that's how you deal with non-uniformly accelerated motion.